Dave, good to see you. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Before we get to sort of the backstory and the outsized amount of attention this is getting, walk me through the trade in question. What exactly did happen?
So this was a trade where Barry Diller, his stepson Alex von Furstenberg, and David Geffen all acquired options through a purchase through JP Morgan. They bought the right to buy about 4 million shares. And all of this happened just a few days before Microsoft and Activision announced their intent to tie up.
Right. You did talk to Diller. He did say simply a lucky bet. We acted on no information of any kind from anyone. It is one of those coincidences. What is the general sense about how important this feels to the regulators and whether or not it's important relative to the other issues they have going on right now?
Well, I think, the regulator, the Securities and Exchange Commission, has a really large enforcement division. So, when they are made aware of trades that, at least on paper, look suspicious or they have questions about, they're always going to investigate. In this case, the Justice Department, according to our reporting, is also investigating. So I don't think the competing priorities matter that much. This sort of investigation is a staple of both the SEC and the DOJ.
Dave, it's Deirdre. I read your piece, and I wonder, I assume that the three gentlemen each have a money manager who are making trades on their behalf. Any indication over whether, there's anything there? Have you looked into that route? Is it possible they use the same one? Does that have to do with this story?
Well, I don't know that we know that they used a money manager or an agent to place these trades. We don't have all the information yet. I think that's a question that the SEC or the DOJ would certainly ask. But we did not report, and we don't know sort of how sort of actively this trade was placed, if it was a broker or a money manager, or if one of the individuals basically did it themselves, or all three of them.
Dave, it's an interesting case, isn't it? Because, everybody knew that there was action around Activision Blizzard. There were questions on whether Bobby Kotick was going to remain, and there could have been, the stock could have been expected to move if he stepped down. It could have been expected to move if any number of people made an offer on it. So it's not as though there was no expectation that perhaps the stock was undervalued or could move. Is that at all factoring into the thinking around the investigation here that you've heard?
Oh, I'm sure it will. You're totally right. The stock price had been down. A lot of people who look for these kinds of deals probably had a theory that something might happen. Maybe Activision would get acquired, and we reported today that the individuals, their explanation right now is they thought the stock was undervalued, so they got in on this trade. So there could be a very good explanation, kind of an innocent one for why they made the trade, but you can be sure that. Right, that'll be one of the facts that the SEC and the DOJ investigate.